day you'll be doing the MSc and PhD, no? Then that type of high level research should be exactly driven by the theoretical stuff, okay, right? So you have to support your experiment with the theories, right? Especially when you come to very uh, high level, right? Exactly, you need to have a new knowledge, right? Even your undergraduate research, you have to show little knowledge contribution, okay? But when you come to PhD research, you have to do something new, okay? So that is the difference. And here, a background to your research problem, right? Now, actually, today I want to show you some of the research paper, right? The content of the research paper, right? Now, um, here, when you further digging your background to research problem, you know, at the beginning you are in the very broad area. I told you, no. Now, when you start to understand your research problem, you narrow down and you focus, okay, into your research problem, right? So first, actually, you have to establish the overall field. Now, let us say you what is your overall field, students? Hello, hello. What is your overall field? Can somebody tell me? Hello, can you hear me, students? What is your overall field? Huh? What is your overall field? Do you know that? Yes, ICT. Now, in the ICT, it's a very broad now. Now, what are your subfield? For example, on the ICT, is a broad one. Now, you tell me any sub-discipline within your field. Okay. Yes. So let us say software development. Now, you want to now your overall field is ICT. Now you want to make software development, and then in the software development also, now you can further now you can improve the existing software, right? Because at the moment that software cannot handle particular situation. Then you want to improve that. Okay, that improvement is your research problem. Do you understand me? Hello, right? And before you make your this improvement, you have to actually know what other people have done in that area, right? That is why you want to summarize the previous studies. You want to understand what type of improvements other people have done, and then you will see I can do little bit better than that. Then you identify your research gap, right? Research gap. You know that there is a gap I need to fill, right? I can do that better than earlier situation. Then you will say what you want to do. What do I want to do, right? Because other people have done different way. Then you have to think what should I do. That is your own research, students. Okay. After that, you try to find out whether that resources are available. Okay, let us say now if you are going to develop the very heavy mathematical programming, then you have a like a very the sophisticated computer machine to run the programming, right? Like that. Okay, so you have to identify your resource requirement, right? So then uh, at the beginning you identify your overall field as ICT, but gradually you will come down to your research, right? I will come to your research problem even later. Literature, right? In when you do the research, you need to find the literature, no? Right? Normally, what do you mean by literature, students? Hello, hello. What do you mean by literature? Do you know some artist students are also doing the literature? No, English language, they do the literature. Is that type of literature we are talking in the research, students? Anybody? Why do we need the literature? Can somebody tell me? Hello, any girl, any boy? You have to talk with me, huh? Otherwise I am doing It's not good. No, I'm doing present my own present tense. I have to have a discussion with you, right? What do you mean by literature? Students, anybody? Why do you need literature? Hello. What is the meaning of literature? Yes? Tell me. Hello. Okay. You see. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, you are somehow correct. Actually, that literature mean in your relevant research area, what other people have done. Then those are available as, for example, research conferences, articles. Like, now Kotala Defense University organizing the IRC. So now different universities, students are presenting their research papers, okay? Conference proceedings. Then you can refer actually previous conference proceedings to find the articles. Okay? Not only IRC, KDU, you have other conference in Sri Lanka in the international conferences. Okay, so then you can find your research papers, journal articles, right? Journal articles mean, we have a local journals, for example, like National Science Foundation in Sri Lanka. They publish the journal. Actually, it is indexed in the Scopus, right? Scopus is the that is they publish only high quality papers. Okay, Science Direct, Scopus, those are the databases that you can find your research articles, right? Books, books, library. Actually, book in the books, data they are, but they are old, from the books you cannot find the research article, but you can find some theory relevant to your research. You understand, some design, some kind of thing, but not the very updated knowledge. You understand what I mean, right? Book had been there, no, so many years, no. But if you want to get the latest development, you have to find out, right? You have to find out uh, journal papers and the conference proceedings. Okay, e-books are there in the, I know, in the now your university students. Have you found any e-books from your library up to now? Anybody? Do you have access to library like facilities in KTU? Right. Have you seen them? E-books? Not yet. You have actually e-books relevant to your ICT area. You go and search, right? Okay, thesis and dissertations. That means, after conducting the research, you have to write the report. That report is called the thesis, right? Okay. Those are, for example, normally undergraduate, you have to produce the report, but your work is very good, then you can produce the publication. Okay. Thesis mean masters, PhD, right? We called dissertations. Okay. These are available in the library. Okay, you can borrow these things and you can read them. You can find whether some relevant materials are there. Okay, okay. Um, but you cannot copy thing from the literature. But when you get something from the literature, you have to cite that. Okay, you have to say, I adopted this one from the literature. Or sometimes you have to get the permission. Okay, if you are using in your research, right? Then mm, what is uh, what is literature review, students? Right? Review. What do you by review, students? What do you by review? Anybody? Hello, hello. You read something with some purpose. Actually, what is your purpose, right? You read some article to get more knowledge about your research problem, right? And then critical look at existing research relevant to your question, my problem. Okay, my research related literature. Then by reading literature, I am trying to identify the problem, research problem. Okay, develop a hypothesis. Hypothesis is too advanced for you, right? You are doing the technology research, no? But that mean you have some problem. You cannot say yes or no, right? To do that, you have to do the experiment. But in the technology research, actually, rather than the hypothesis development, you can improve some existing item or existing software or existing program or something like that. Okay, right? And then the developer method, right? Then you have to develop your own method. Now you know, now you are doing the practicals, you prepare the coursework, right? You write the discussion, right? Understand? Now it is actually based on the existing thing, no? Now if you are doing something new, you have to have your own method. Okay, that is why develop a new method. Actually, in what we have noticed is, when I look at the undergraduate research, there their report, most of the time they are trying to summarize what other people have done. That is not the literature review. Okay, you just say x, a person x did that one, y did that one. It is not the review. Review mean you must evaluate actually the research papers and show the relationship between different works. So by reading, you just not reading other work and write the same thing. Other than that, you try to understand what that person had done. For example, X did something. Suppose Y did the same thing, similar thing. Then you should know why person Y is better than X. Okay, you got the point, students. So that is the evaluation. You have to evaluate what went wrong with that person work. Understand? Many people have done, but you have to very clearly understand what went wrong with their studies. What can I do better? Okay, that is why evaluation. I will show you now. Wrong, the incorrect research literature review and the correct one, right? And everybody understand evaluation, synthesize. Those are very high level, we call cognitive words. You don't know what the cognitive mean, don't worry. Huh? Now, then why write, in your mini project? Now which semester you are in? Students, what is your semester now? Hello, hello. You are now semester 4, no? Isn't it? Hello. Now semester 5, you have to do the mini project. Hello, students. Do you know that? Still you don't know. Now semester 5 mean now after a couple of months, okay? Then you have to conduct the literature review uh, with regard to your mini project. Isn't it? Right? At that by that time you must have learned the literature review. Okay? Do you understand, students? It is not only your research in the semester 7 and 8. Even semester 5, you have to do the literature review. Can you hear me, students? Hello? Yes? Yes. Okay. Now, let me ask, why write a literature review? Okay. The literature review is a critical look at the existing research that is significant to the work that you are carrying out. Okay. Although you need to summarize the relevant research, it is also vital that you evaluate this work. You have to evaluate, right, the relationship between different work and show how it relates to my work, right? You understand, students? That is why I asked you to prepare your coursework discussion, not one-to-one copy. As long as you copy your coursework, you will never learn how to write your own stuff. Okay? Understand me? That is why I am saying you don't copy the discussion part of your coursework. You will learn actually how to write. Okay? That is the even today onwards you decide I will not copy the coursework from other assignment. I will write my discussion my own. You see, when you pass out from the ICT faculty, at least you have learned lot. Okay. Otherwise, you have not learned students anything as long as you copy your coursework. Okay. That is because when you pass out, when you go to industry, you have to work on your own. You cannot, because when you pass out, when you go to industry, you cannot transform somebody. Can you tell me how to write this? Can you tell me how to do that? You know, then other people will say, oh no, this sir or this madam doesn't know anything about. Okay, understand? So that is why you need to learn while you are in the university, right? In other words, you cannot simply give a concise description of, for example, in article, you need to select what part of the research to discuss. Okay, this is the thing. Now, at the very beginning, you don't know anything, black box, no. When you get the literature paper, research paper, you cannot understand anything. Okay, actually, sometimes you throw it. Oh my God, I hate this. I don't understand anything. But this is very difficult for me. But you read little bit, and then you get the same article after 3 or 4 days. You read in a different mood. Okay, you go outside the home and sit on the bench, and then you look at, oh my God, now I can read, I can understand little. Understand? Then next week you read the same article, you will understand more than that. So that is how you should do, right? Don't give up at the very beginning. Also, when you read that particular article, you have to think actually whether this methodology is, I mean, can I learn something about the method that they have conducted their research? Okay. What type of, I mean, for example, it's with the experiment or it's been the item, what went wrong with this thing? Okay. How they are similar, how are they different? Okay. How it relates to your work. So that kind of comparison also need there, right? Keep in mind that the literature review should provide the context for your research by looking at what work has already been done in your research area, right? It is not supposed to be just the summary of other people's work. It is not the summary of other people's work. Okay, so you have to learn and write on your own word, right? Uh, your literature review actually should answer the following questions, right? These are the questions you don't need to memorize, but just to get understand. Okay, what do we already know in the immediate area concern? Like as I told you, okay, what are the key concept or the main factors of variables? Key concept, like a new program development. So what are the concepts? You tell me. Now you are the semester four, no? Now if you go to write the new program, or there are some major areas. That area you need to identify. Okay, key concepts. Do you know what the concept mean, right? That's the actually broad title of that one. Okay, so what are the relations between this concept? You have to know that. What are the theories, for example? Now, in your technical research, theory may be not that much important, but you need to know. But if you are, I mean, writing some technically, you have to know the theory also, right? Existing theories, okay? What are the inconsistencies or other shortcomings in your knowledge and understanding? Okay, what do you need to be further tested? What can I do new? Okay, what evidence is lacking, right? Contradictory or too limited, right? Why study the research problem? Always you ask why, what for, why, what for, right? Okay. Now one of my professor told some when I was a student, if you always say why and what for, you can get the first class in the university, right? Don't do anything without why we are doing this, what for, okay? And what contribution can the present study be expected to make, right? End of the day, I told you, you have to do very little contribution in your own study, right? uh, what research designs or methods seems unsatisfactory, For example, by knowing your literature, you can understand what are the lacking areas. Okay, since you don't know anything about the research now, you just fresh know your mind. Okay, it is sometimes very easy to understand. Now you have never done the research. This is the first time you hear about the research from me, and then as a fresh ideas you can take into your mind. Okay, now I will show you, right? Two students, they have written the literature review. Okay, you know, see the literature survey done by the research students. Now you tell me what is wrong. Okay, now uh, let me explain you, right? You know that person Jaworski 1964 developed a model investigation conducted on the interlocking precast concrete block seawall, right? This is some kind of civil engineering related. Okay, after the result of the survey of damages caused by the severe storm at the coast of USA, a new and especially safe concrete block was developed by using the this block was designed to be used in the tree type seawall that would be both durable and economical, as well as reduce the wave run up and overtopping and score at the base or top. It was proved that effective shore protection could be designed utilizing these units. Okay, right? Okay. Then the other students, Homma and Horikawa, studied wave forces acting on the seawall, which was located inside that. On the basis of the experiment research conducted to measure wave forces again with the authors proposed an empirical formula to it. The computer research obtained by using the Flubber compared well with the field data of, right, uh, right, uh, field data. Now you see, can you tell me first person what is trying? Okay, actually, now I am the students. I am writing this literature about the two people, two literature papers. You will see what is wrong. Can somebody tell me? I believe that still you cannot, I mean, exactly at once you cannot tell me. I will help you. Now, if you look at the first one, actually, it is a reporting. Now, I am reporting what Jaworski did. Okay, it is not the literature review. Now, uh, now the second one, if you see that, it is say actually, now I am saying this one, and the computer results obtained by using the above formula were compared well with the field data. Now they are comparing actually. Now I am the students, I am comparing this thing. So second one is better, right, than the first one, right? You understand me? Now if you write something as it is reporting. But in the literature review, you have to do this thing actually: compare, contrast, differentiate. I will tell you different strategies for the literature review, and I will give you the research paper and ask you to understand: is there any comparison, is there any contrast, is there any criticism? Okay, you criticize other people work, you compare other people work. Okay, so that is the review. You criticize, it is incorrect, you compare, right, you evaluate why it is better than that. Okay, so that is the reviewing. And how to write a good literature review. Okay, students, right, how to write a good literature review. Okay, is it okay? Right. Okay, okay, okay. Now I'm teaching them literature. Features of a good review. Okay, uh, students, you talk to me. Uh, are you all there in the lecture room? Hello? Yes, all the students are there. How many? No. Are they listening to me or are they talking? Hello. Okay. Please make sure that. Otherwise, I will on the video, right? But I don't want to do that. But it is. I'm making every effort and doing this lecture for you, right? For you to help to get your degree, huh? Not for me. Okay. It is you have to learn. Okay. From me and try to actually pass these two modules, huh? Uh, because these subjects are not in the lectures. Okay, you don't have any lectures about the research project and your design project, right? No lectures, no lecture notes. Okay, you are the teacher, you are the learner, right? You are on your savior, right? That is why I am trying to help you. So it is up to you to listen and understand, right? Features of the good review. Uh, mm, Remember the purpose, right? When you review the literature, students, remember the purpose. Why I am reading? You will see that you should use the literature to explain your research. After all, okay, you are not writing the literature review just to tell your reader what other research have done. No point. Just to tell the reader what other people have done. Your aim should be to show why your research needs to be carried out, how you came to choose certain methodological theories to work with, how your work adds to the research already carried out. Okay, read with the purpose. Okay, actually, when you read the paper, you take your laptop. After reading the research paper, you write something on your own ideas, on your word. Some you open a new file and you write what you learn, what blah blah on your own word. Okay, then those scratch you can later use to write your report. Okay, read with the purpose. You need to summarize the work you read, but you must also decide which ideas or information are important to your research, okay, and which are less important and can be covered briefly, okay, or left out to a review. You should also look for the major concept, conclusions, theories, argument, okay, underlie the work, okay, similarities, differences. I told you, no, what is correct, what is wrong, right? Understand differences, right? Okay, this is difficult when you first start reading, right? But should become easier the more you read in your area. Now, this week, now when I was a research student in a foreign country, actually I was reading a paper. I did not understand. Then the next week again I am reading the same paper. Then I understand. Okay, a little more than that. So that is how you should familiar, right? Write with the purpose. Your aim should be to evaluate and show relations between the work already done. Is research Y is theory more convinced than X? Did researcher X build on the work Y, and between this work and your own work? That is what I will tell you. Now let us say X and Y. Actually, uh, the if the for example, let us say forget about everything. X had done something. Now Y modified X item and Y developed something on X work. That you have to understand. Okay, and then after that, what I am going to do better than X and Y. Okay, let us say George and Smith. George had done some research. Smith had say done the similar area with the George, but he did some improvement to the George research. You understand? And now you, as a researcher, must do better than both George and Smith. Right? That is what I want to tell you. Okay. Is it clear, IT students? Now, how to be more specific in your literature. Okay, when you read for your literature review, you are actually doing two things at the same time. Okay, you are trying to define your research problem, finding a gap, asking a question, continuing previous reading. Okay, you are trying to read every resource relevant to your research problem. That is what I'm telling you. Now, when your supervisor gives the research problem, you don't know anything. No? Black box. You go to internet and you get so many articles, but you don't know exactly which article is relevant to my research. Okay, that is why we are saying at the very beginning, you are reading everything. Now you are to the undergraduate. No? Now, for example, when we go to abroad to do the doctor of I mean the PhD study, until 6 months, 7 months, actually we don't know what to do. Okay, but we are reading. Then we are, but same time we are narrow down our problem. Even after about 6 7 months, then only we come to our research problem. It is for the PhD, right? Understand? But in your undergraduate problem, you should be able to come within few days. Okay, right? Because that is not the very deep problem. Huh? Naturally, until you have defined your problem, you will find that there are hundreds of sources that seem relevant. You understand? Uh, in Sinhala, then ඔයා රිසර්ච් එක පටන් ගන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා papers සෑහෙන කියවන්ති. එතකොට ඒවා you don't actually not relevant to your research. Understand? Then you give up. However, you cannot define your problem until you read around your research. I mean, you can't escape from literature, right? This seems a vicious circle. But what should happen is that as you read, you define your problem, and as you define your problem, you will more easily be able to decide what to read and what to ignore. Right? Okay. So that is a very difficult task. Later, you yourself will understand this paper is not needed for my work. I should not read this paper. That you understand when you know your research problem. Students, you understand me, right? Hello, got it, right? I will give you some small assessment, right, from this. Any question? Hello, students. Yes, you clear what I told you? And when you get to know exactly your research problem, then you see, you find the little paper. Oh, this is not my area. I don't. I should discard it. Okay, that is the way. Now, you know, structured. This is not to your technology research, but I will tell you, normally in a research, you are here, candidate, undergraduate student. Then, you know, you are uplifting your knowledge into the new knowledge. That is called body of knowledge. You know, normally engineering and science research conducted this way. You have an introduction, right? Okay, and you have a some hypothesis or some model, right? And then let us say you conduct some experiment, right? You have some program. Now you can change your input and you can get the output if you have a model, right? And then you collect the data. It is the data collection. For the research, you must have some results. Okay, students. How to obtain the results? There are two ways. You can either do the mathematical programming or you can do the experimentation, practical thing. By doing both way, you have to collect the data. Then by looking at this data, you analyze data. Let us say for the data analysis, you have MATLAB, you have Python, right? Sometime in the MBA program, we use SPSS, right? Like software, statistical analysis. But rather than statistical analysis, you need some, because statistical analysis, sometimes we do some questionnaire research, okay? like management kind of thing. But technology is more relevant to science and engineering, no? Students. Okay, then you can use. Now what is the program you are learning now? Python or MATLAB? Hello, students, what did you learn? Hello, are you learning MATLAB? Yes or no? What is the programming language you are learning? Python? Ah, Java. Okay, good, good. And then you can, in some time, for example, in like a MATLAB case, they have a data analysis toolbox. Okay, they have a Simulink toolbox. So that toolbox has a lot of information. You can do the integration, differentiation, you can analyze, okay, you can find the mean, you can discard unwanted data points, that type of thing. So either Java or Python also, you should be able to analyze your data. After analysis of your data, you will see some new trends, right? And then you are evaluating your results, and you say, no, I have something new. That is what we call contribution to body of knowledge, students. Okay, understand? So that is what research means. Now by analyzing your own data, you find some new trends. Those trends we did not see from other people work. Okay, so at least if your finding come among the other people work, you can shape. Okay, you can say, okay, I am okay, right? But sometime undergraduate students, some of my students, actually they are, until they are publishing very good papers, right? Sometime in the journal level, right, they come, even though it's undergraduate research, right? And then now I want to show you uh, introduction to features of research paper, student, right? Actually, now I will let me students, okay, let me students share. All right, let me get let me, I have actually mm, then let me share, right, students. Now I will uh, here I have some uh, now stop share. Now I will share new one. Okay, students, hello. Now can you see the news? Right. Okay. Now you see. And now students, uh, do you see that? Hello. Hello. Now students, this is called the research paper, right? Actually, this was some my research paper. You can see the Ratnasiri, right? And with some foreign professors, right? This is about some of the experiment I conducted in innovation abroad. Mesophilic biohydrogen production from Clostridium butyricum. This trickling with this experimentation. We publish in the some of the very leading journal in USA. Hydrogen energy, right? This is the biohydrogen, and then this is available online in the Science Direct. Okay, if you go to Science Direct and you type my name, you will can see my journal publication. Okay, and Elsevier, this is the world engineering and science research people. Okay, students, right? Now abstract is there, right? You see, so we have different component of the research paper, but this is I am I am showing you very, I mean, standard one, right? But you don't, you can see research papers in different level. Now, when we, this is the very high impact factor journal, students. Impact factor mean if the many scientists are reading the same paper, then it has a very high impact. Now let us say they are looking my paper, they cite my paper in their research paper, then it is highly valuable. Then we say it is a Q1 journal. Okay. Then we have a Q2, Q3, Q4. You understand, students? If you can publish the Q1 journal article, it is very well reputed in the world. Okay. Q2, slightly below, right? Then the impact factor. Now, for example, this one, I think 3 point something like that impact factor. Okay, there are some calculation, general thing, right? Right. This journal is called International Journal of Hydrogen Energy, right? This you can see the number of pages and kind of thing. Okay, this is how the paper look like that. Okay, now I go to again sharing students features of the research paper, right? You see, now if you get the research paper, okay, again ask why research paper, right? How do you understand the research paper? How do you write your own research paper? Okay, the research paper that I showed you, to write it, oh my god, I did several times. Okay, corrected, then my supervisor corrected, and then I made the correction. It's a very difficult procedure, right? Not at once, right? So why research paper? Actually, why research paper? To convey my finding to the international scientific community. Okay, why research paper? How do you understand? Now, when you come to understand, like you will see, we have abstract. Abstract, Sinhala, Sinhala kapi. What do you mean by abstract? Sinhala name, can somebody know? Hello? Have you read any novels, students? Any book? What do you mean by abstract? What is the Sinhala name? Anybody? Oh my God. You don't. Huh? Say it. What did you say? Yes, yes. Ah, yes, yes. Peravadana. Actually, rather than Peravadana, I can say, yes, Patuna or Peravadana. Yes, very good. In this research paper, abstract mean actually summarize your whole work. I will tell you what the abstract means. Abstract, you have to, I will show you, actually, I will tell you how to prepare the abstract later, right? Abstract contains your overall research field, right? Then what is the research problem? Then what is your objective of doing this research? Then how did you do this research? You understand? Then what did you find? Right? And what is the implication of your result? You got it? This is say, what did you do? How did you do that? What did you find? Then what is your conclusion? Understand? That is abstract. You have to write everything within 350 words. It's a very challenging, right? It's a half, it's maybe two-third for the single page abstract. If you look at that journal paper, then my abstract explain what is the experiment I did, okay? How did I do that experiment? But not the very long way, very concise and very extract way, right? Then the introduction, I will show you something later. Introduction means you review the literature, you very short time, you narrow down, and you identify the gap, and then say what I am doing. Okay. Introduction means you gradually narrow down your research problem and ultimately you tell, this is what I am going to do. You understand me? That is introduction. Material methods mean, what are the experiments I am going to do? What are the programming I am going to do? Right? How I am going to do? What it, let us say, if you are doing the experiments, do you have the required reactors? Or if you are doing the experiment, okay, let us say in my field, right? And then you had the lab in your laboratory, you had the chemicals to the analysis, okay. You do have analytical techniques related to your experiment. Otherwise, you have to very clearly explain in your coursework. Have you written the methods, students, isn't it? Yes. When you do the practical in your coursework, you have material method section, no? Isn't it? Yes or no? Yes. Hello? Any girl? Any girls are there? I only could hear. Uh, anyway, uh, any. Hello? Uh, can any girl tell me
Yes, sir.
in the coursework, are you preparing the method, material methods? Yes or no? When you do the experiment, are you preparing coursework? Am I asking you? Yes or no? No. Hello? Students, ඔයාලා coursework ලියන්නේ නැද්ද? Experiment මොන හරි කළා. Tell me, නැද්ද? Have you written any tactical report regarding anything you did? ඔයාලා practical කරන්නේ නැද්ද? You did something and then you have to write the method, no, isn't it? Yes? Okay, like that, you have to write the methods, okay? And then result. Result mean graphs, tables, okay? You see, results, your own results. And then you have to write your discussion and the references. Even for the references, you have a standard way, Harvard API, right? I will show you a Harvard referencing scheme. You have to follow the standard referencing scheme, okay, for the research paper, right? And the abstract. Abstract we call advertisement for the research paper, like that, okay? Summary, like you told Pasu Peravadana, no? Advertisement. What is summary? Reason for performing the study. Why? What is the reason? Hypothesis, not the hypothesis, right? Objective. Objective means broad statement. Important results, implication of the finding. What is the impact of your results? Those should be available in the abstract, okay? And introduction. You know what I'm telling you now? I am telling you uh, some of the contents of the research paper, right? Introduction, background to the study, brief overview of the current state of the field, citing other people's work. You know that biohydrogen production research paper. You know what I did? Actually, earlier they had developed some. Don't try to understand this. Okay, I'm just telling something. I developed a new biofilm packing reactor to improve the mass transfer, right? Okay, biohydrogen production. Now, when I analyzed the result later, I found that I am among the other international researchers. I had a little, I had somehow, somewhat better results than some of them. That is why I could do the publication in the International Journal of Hydrogen Energy. Okay, that paper goes to international professors. Then they look at in that biohydrogen trickle bed reactors whether I have done some improvement. Otherwise, they will not select for the publication. They will say, no, it is not a contribution to knowledge. You understand? So that is why uh, you want to cite other people's work. Got it? Right? And introduction. Background, brief overview of the current field, how the authors arrived their research question, why this is the most important question in the world, right? You understand why this is important? Those are very important, okay? And materials and methods, okay? Clear, concise description of what they did. Okay? You have to write in the passive voice, not the active voice, okay? You have to use the passive voice, English. Uh, Opening to the figure of the experimental setup, okay? If appropriate, subjects, data collection, analysis. If you are developing the new software, that programming code, that code actually, if it is very long, you can have it in the appendix, okay? Okay, students, right? And then analysis, okay? So the point is this. Now you know. Actually, I hope that you are not doing experiment in your ICT studies, but you know, if you do the lab-based scale lab experiment, once you read, once you write your methodology, method should be clear enough to repeat the experiment and give the same results. When somebody, okay, now if somebody is doing my experiment in America or Japan or anywhere, then if we follow my methodology, he should be able to get my result. Okay, that is the case. You understand, students? So you can't do very lightly. Okay, very critical. Okay, somebody should do and get my results. Now you know results mean this. Okay, your graphs. Now you say signal processing like that. You get that some online things. Okay, very scattered. Now you use the MATLAB or Python, you can smooth this type of scattered data. Okay, understand? That is sometimes even the Excel, you have move in average method, 5-point move in average, 10-point move, blah blah. You know, different techniques are there. Results. These are some of my experiment results. Okay, visual representation of data we call results. Graphs, tables, those are results. Okay. Description of their results. Okay, number of I mean, discussion of the implications. Now, by looking at the results, you have to tell why this is better. Okay, so those are the thing in the result discussion. Now you know I have rejected some thesis as external examiner because you know MSc, MPhil, PhD, right? I am evaluating in the other universities, right? And you see, so when I go as examiner, I find that in the discussion, students had not discussed his result by comparing with other people. Okay, then I have to repeat. I say, okay, you have to write your discussion again. You submit your thesis after 1 month. Okay, but we give the time 1 month, sometimes three. If you have minor correction, 1 month, major correction 3 months, 6 months. You see, they have to write the thesis again. This is I'm telling you about the MSc and MPhil PhD. But for the undergraduate, you have to actually write it again. Nah? We give you the correction, uh, implications and application of the findings. how supplement A might improve the endurance. Okay, how knowledge of the process and the need. Those are different kind of ideas. Future direction. No, once you do the research, students, you should be able to understand future direction of your research. Okay, so that is also oh, then you say, I could not do this is because this limitation, but if somebody else doing this research, he could do this way. You understand? You can forecast. That is references. They are very important. Okay, I know that students don't know anything about the references. Okay, so explanation of the citation of the text. Okay, uh, record of the author's title and journal where the papers are published, students, right? For example, uh, now let me students, let me show you, now let me show you, all right, uh, in my introduction. Okay, now students, I am going to actually stop sharing, right? Now I share window, right? You see, and now, students, now do you see something else? Hello, do you see some another document? Hello, students. Hello, please, please talk. Do you see another? Right now, here you will see. Can you see scrolling going up and down? Hello. When I do some, okay. Now you see, this is that my research paper. This is my abstract, right? You see. Now we send actually 2014 21st May, right? And when we publish September, right? May, June, July, August, so many, right? You see, now this abstract is summary of my study. What I want to say is this is introduction, right? This introduction, I have included these references now, right? One, this is two, this is three, this is a one way of doing the referencing. Okay, otherwise you have to write the name of the author. Now these references, actually this is the reactor. I did my experiment, under material and methods, students. You don't try to understand this. Okay, material and methods, under that I explained very clearly. This is my experimental setup. Okay, these are my everything, right? This is wrote by myself. Okay, you understand? And then these are my results, students. You see, these are my results, experiment result, right? For the 60 days, right? And this is the table. Now what I want to show you, the references. These are the references. You see, this is further my experiments, right? And references, acknowledgement, right? Now you'll see this work was received finance support and postdoctoral fellowship from me, from the ARC project named Microhydrogen, okay, from the Walloon region, right? Are squared with this, Now you see references. This is what I want to say. One, two, three. Authors are there, journal name is there, title is there, right? Can you see how nicely I have written my references? There is the art of writing the references. Okay, that is given by this international journal. They say you have to follow this style of references. Okay, now that my conclusions and my future works. Okay, that also I have written, right? Now these are the references, students. Now I will again show you that. I will again share, right? Share the window with my presentation, right? Okay, students. Now you see. Do you see now PowerPoint presentation, students? Yes? Yes or no? Hello? Yes. Now the references. Expansion of the actually, students, I will have a viva about the literature and all this session, right? After my lecture. You understand? For the every students, I within 5 minutes, I will ask, then you have to answer me. Do you like? Yes or no? Students. Then all 34 students I will meet by meet, and then I will have some little question, and I will get that marks for your continuous assessment. Do you like that? Hello. It doesn't matter. Even I will ask for Sinhala language if you don't speak English. Can you hear me? Hello. Kamatida. Yes? Students? Why you are silent? Hello. ඔයාලා කැමතිද? වයිබ් එකක් කරන්න? No? Boys? Hello. Yes or no? We will do that. References. Then, if you want, references mean now I show you. Then that for the reference students, you need two citation method: Harvard system, numeric system. Normally in our universities, we use the Harvard system. Okay. Individual journals will request a specific method. For example, in your ICT area, you have different journals. They will tell you what is the actually style they need for their research students. Okay. And then Harvard system, right? Cite references in the text by giving author's surname and year of publication. Okay. Now in the Harvard system, I have actually everything for the Harvard system. The function of tendons can be classified into two categories: tensile post-tension and restorative. That is the title. Kerr et al. 19. Okay. Follow. This is actually some research paper. I will. Don't worry. I will show you later. Right. Now I will go to another topic. Actually, research proposal. Right. Research proposal. Now students. Now I am going to share new one, right? Okay, students. Right. Now you want to know as a because now before we start your research, now I think you have to work semester 7 and 8 both for your research. First thing, before you do the research, and even actually after your literature review, you know about your research problem, no? Then you have to prepare the research proposal, right? To get the actually you have a blueprint about your research, technology research that you are doing in your faculty, right? What is the research proposal? Any research study should have a proper proposal in written form before it is actually carried out. Okay. It is like a blueprint of a building plan before the construction. Have you seen the house plan, students? Yes? Yes or no? Any students? Ayo, I don't know. Yes? Yes. Like that. Okay? When your father or mother, before they built your house, they will go to draftsman, no, architect, no. and they will get the plan of your house. So that is actually like that. That is before building your house, no? Now, for example, now KDU, now Surya, wherever. Now, if they are building the new building, then they must have building plan, no, right? That is what we your CST students, construction technology degree program, they are doing civil, no? They will learn actually this type of thing. Then the civil students know they are doing the plan. Like that, before you do your research, you must have plan. That is not a drawing, no? But that is only one page document sometimes. In my university, in our undergraduate students, they have to prepare the one page document. Okay, very difficult, right? It's like a blueprint. Now, propose a research purpose of the research proposal. Okay, academics often have to write research proposals to get funding for their projects. As a student, you might have to write a research proposal to get your thesis or dissertation plan approved. Actually, to your undergraduate one, when we evaluate your research work in your final year project, for the proposal evaluation, interim report, final report, you will do the marks. You understand me? Then for the proposal, you will get the marks from the examiner. Then you have to write a proposal. Okay. All research proposals are designed to persuade someone, such as funding body, educational institution, or supervisor, that your project is worthwhile. Okay. Now you know, if I apply the proposal for the funding, they will be rejected by the funding body. You know why? They say that this research is not that much important for the country development. Then you know they reject the proposal. Okay, like that you have to have the research proposal. Research proposal objectives, relevance. Okay, convince the reader that your project is interesting, original and important. Okay, my project is important. Context. You are familiar with the field. Now you know. Now as a supervisor to research student, I have my own research area. No, then when my proposal go to another place, they know that actually I am doing the research on that area. Then they know that this person is already doing that research. Then it will not be a problem for him to do same area. They have some confidence about me. You understand, students? Okay. Then the right state of the research they know. Approach. What is your methodology? Showing that you have carefully thought about the data, tools, and procedures you will need to conduct the research. Okay. Approach. Mukaddamage approach research. You understand? That they will look at. Feasibility. Confirm that the project is feasible, okay, within the practical constraints of the program, institution of funding. Is it feasible, right? So these are the things in the proposal. And the first part of your proposal is the initial pitch for your project. So make sure it succinctly explains what you want to do and why it should. Okay. Introduce the topic, give the background, outline your research problem. Okay. Some important questions to guide your one. Okay. And how much is already known about the problem? What is missing currently? Okay. What new insight will my research contribute? Why is this research worth doing? Okay. So normally in most of the universities, students actually be a group into 3 or 2. Then they are supposed to prepare the research proposal 1 page. Then you will think that, oh, sir is doing prepare the 1 page. Ah, my God, it's a piece of cake. No, right? Even to prepare the 1 page, it will take the 1 week. Understand, students? Okay, not easy. Features of the research title. Actually, now you know, in my paper, let us say research title. Okay, let me then again share my actually research paper. Okay, now you know, mm, students, now you know what is the title. Title is Mesophilic biohydrogen production by Clostridium butyricum in trickle bed biofilm reactor. Now you know this is the very title. When you write the title, it should be clearly understand for the other expertise. And also you know in the abstract, students, do you see? In the abstract you have to do the keyword about your research. What are the keywords? In the my this abstract keywords are mesophilic, biohydrogen, trickling bed biofuel reactor, immobilization, Clostridium butyricum. These are the keywords. You understand? So these things are very important. Uh, Title. Now let me go to again sharing, right, students? Uh, Now you see uh, uh, window sharing titles. Okay, research proposal. Right. Now, students, you will see uh, that may be read by others. Therefore, the title must be able to attract the attention of the reader who is reading is passing, right? Title of the scientific paper should be brief, specific, and clear. Okay. Title should describe the scope and content being examined. Okay. Titles are clear, too general, not very informative, and not attractive and mute will cause writing to be underestimated. Okay. If your title is not good, you know, they don't think seriously. The good title use words between, now you know, 5 to 12 words. Now you know when you start the research sometime you give the title, but after doing the research in the progress review and final viva, actually sometimes external examiner asks to change the title according to your results. That of course happened. You got the students. Title may be changing according to your results. Okay. Avoid using verbs at the beginning. Don't use abbreviation or acronyms. Don't use the short term in the proposal writing. Right? Literature review must be there in your proposal writing. That is why, okay, I told you about the literature review. Before you do the proposal preparation, you must have already conducted literature review. Okay. It is important to show that you are familiar with the most important research on your topic. A strong literature review convinces the reader that your project has a solid foundation in existing knowledge or theory. It also shows that you are not simply repeating what other people have already done. Okay? Compare and construct. What are the main theories, methods, debates, and controversies? Comparison. Be critical. Okay? You can criticize, synthesize. You know, synthesize means single word vichedane. You know what do you mean synthesize? Vichedane means you get the couple of people together and you give your own idea on behalf of the old people at once. Right? ඔයා කීප දෙනෙක්ම රිසර්ච් කරලාගේ අයිඩියාස් ටික අරගෙන ඒක එකතු කරලා එක අයිඩියාක් විදිහට ලියනවා. ඒක තමයි සින්තසයිස් කරනවා කියන්නේ. Actually, students don't know synthesizing, right? This is very, very important. Synthesize, right? Okay. Synthesize means your vision about other people work. Okay. Not my vision actually. You evaluate, kind of synthesize. Okay. I will show you. writing a research proposal is both science and art. Okay, a good research proposal is based on scientific facts and on the art of clear communication. There should be a technology matters, and there should be a very clear communication, students. Okay, uh, writing the formal research proposal should have started by the researcher time one has decided on the topic for the study. Actually, we start the research proposal very first day we get the thing because we don't know anything. It is kind of scratching. Okay, you start. So now I will show you some of the research proposal. Okay, right. This is, for example, guideline for the, for example, research proposal preparation. Right. Right. You know, now in the research proposal, right? Uh, like for example, 2 page or 1 page document. Now, can you see the students? Hello, hello. Do you see now different? Do you see now guideline for the research proposal preparation? Isn't it? Yes, yes. Now you know 2 page document. Okay. Research proposal is preferably a 1 or 2 page document prepared by scientist or academic before commencing research studies. This can be considered as the mirror image of whole research project. Your research proposal must contain the following components, right? Title. Okay. Title should be brief, precise, and reflect your research problem. It should also contain few keywords. Hello, you know, there's one student from your group called me to Ratmalana and asked about the research. No, is he there today? Hello, hello. You are the one who contacted me. Yes, by phone. Prabhat is there now today. Is he there? Hello, Prabhat, can you hear me? Prabhat, do I know that? Hello, නැද්ද? එයාට එන්නේ කියන්න ඉන්නවනේ. Hello, hello. Please tell him to come. Actually, he asked me. He told that he had some research idea. Then I want to tell him actually to prepare the proposal, right? Like this. Okay. Until he comes, we'll continue. The title should be brief, precise, and reflect your research problem, right? Then the introduction, right? The introduction include a brief review of relevant literature or knowledge in the field so that you are able to present the gap in the existing knowledge. Okay. You should cite at least 10 literatures. Okay. In your introduction section, students, at least you should have 10 literature cited. Okay. And should be able to justify your research problem. Right. Introduction. Objectives. Objectives are the broad statements that you follow to solve your research problem. Okay. Objectives are the broader statements. Okay, students. Methodology. Methodology includes description and rationale for the methods of data collection and analysis and the material used when solving the problem. This includes the planned experiment to test research problem or development of new mathematical program to analyze the research problem. Even the mathematical code may be a methodology in your ICT project, right? Resource requirement and availability. you are expected to identify items needed to develop experimental setup, such as reactors, pumps, tubing, chemicals needed for analysis. Okay, students must also be aware on available analytical techniques in the different laboratories in the department. Okay, if not, they should look at other department faculties to conduct required analysis and associate cost. Okay, if you don't have facilities in your department, you should combine with other department in the university, right? Activity plan. A realistic activity plan should be prepared starting from semester 6 to extending up to end of semester 8. For example, if you are getting the semester 7, 7 to 8, time frame should be identified by carefully evaluating the time needed to implement the activities. Okay, you have to very carefully uh, formulate the activities. Okay, and then the references. Okay, list all the references cited in your research proposal using the reference format, right? Stated below. Do not list resources that are not referred in your proposal. ඔයාලට literature දාන්න බැහැ reference එකට එක proposal එකේ දාලා නැත්තම්. Keep in mind that, okay? Please refer Harvard reference in quick guideline available in our case your LMS. Okay, right. Now I will show you students research proposal. Hello students, can you see? Hello. Now you know I am showing you 2-page research proposal. Now this actually something related to environment engineering, right? Not the ICT, but you see the art. You are not supposed to understand the content of this research proposal, but instead you try to understand how it has been written. Okay, now you know title: Chitosan fixed bed column for the removal of contaminating wastewater. This actually some removal of heavy metal in the wastewater using some material. Look at the introduction, right? Now you know they have referred the literature, you know, and you know they have cited literature in the body of the paper. To write this one, they have used the Harvard system. Okay, so when you know cite me, you embed the literature into your proposal. That is what we call citing. Okay, right? Now you know cited me. Now this student has cited other people work in the introduction, right? Now you know. Now gradually, I don't want to actually read everything. Now you know these are where are these literatures. She's trying to understand the research problem. Okay, these are the relevant literature. Okay, you know, if you get the one literature, there is a way of writing. If you get the two literature, there is a way. If you get the more than three or okay, then there is a way. So you have to know um, that art of writing the literature. And you know, finally, you know, then I am saying after literature review, there is a gap. Since this area is highly overlooked, investigate and mathematically modeling the breakthrough behavior of chromium containing solution in laboratory scale column will be quite useful to the which is used industrial, right? Actually, uh, this is the gap. This is to say that the effect of various other type of ions and lignans that may interfere with the absorption process has not been thoroughly investigated. This is the gap. Has not been thoroughly investigated. Then students say, even though I am trying to telling you this, all this via this literature, Okay, they have not thoroughly investigated this part. Then I am saying, what is my objective? Objective in Aramuna students. Okay? Broad statement. The main objective of this research is to investigate the suitability of chitosan to be used in continuous packed bed column from industrial wastewater. In order to fulfill the objective, I have sub-objective. Actually, then once you identify the research problem, then I have an objective. මොකක්ද මගේ objective එක? මගේ objective එක තමයි to investigate the suitability of chitosan to be used in the continuous packed bed column for the removal of chromium. Then that is my broad statement. Okay, methodology. Now what is the method? How I am going to do that? That is the methodology, student. Develop the experimental apparatus. Okay, determine the appropriate model. Okay, determine the mathematical model that most accurately describes the dynamic equilibrium isotherm. Carrying an absorption test to next the depend of the regulator. She is doing both mathematical programming and the experimenting. Then she had written the methodology in that way. Okay, students. And the resources required. Chemicals I need. Okay. Equipment, peristaltic pump, cylindrical glass column, atomic absorption spectrophotometer, ultraviolet visible spectrometer. These are the equipment actually needed. Okay. Students, then Prabhat Tawad. Hello. Students, how many girls are there in room now? Hello. How many girls are in the room now? Tell me. Hello. Hello, students. Hello. 6 girls are there. Are they still? Boys, tell me the truth. I will ask from the Prabhat. I will ask from Prasad, your lecturer. So you see, equipment. Did you understand what I mean? Any girl? Hello. Speak Sinhala. What English is another Sinhala here? Hello. Did you understand proposal lega? Hello. Research proposal lega කියන එක තේරුණාද ඔයාලට? Hello. Yes. Hello. Okay. Yes. Yes. I can hear. Please stop talking now. You are talking in the lecture class. So, can any girl talk to me and say, did you learn the proposal? Do you know what it is? If I ask you to write the research proposal in the ICT, can you do that? Yes, that you have to write, not me. I have written many proposals. Resources required. Now activity plan. You see, activity plan means semester 7 to semester 8. You have to write one by one what I am going to do. Okay. So that is called activity plan, students. Right. And then references. Okay. For the references, you have to you have to you have to write, okay, in this way. This is a Harvard way. Okay. Now only 2 pages. Only 2 pages. Proposal. Introduction, title, objective, methodology, resource requirement, activity plan, and the references. Okay. You got it? Now, that is the proposal. Now, let me show you Harvard system. Okay. Harvard referencing. You know, Hello, students. Yes. Now this is uh, uh, Harvard referencing quick guide. Okay. This actually I got from the Stafford University in UK. What is referencing? How? Why do I need to reference my work? Okay. What do I need to reference? The basics. You see now, if you are actually, I will give you this document. How to refer the resources? Now, if you are refer the book, all right, this is the format. Okay, and then you say family surname initials. Okay, publication year in bracket, book title, series title, I know. Then if you write the book in your introduction section, this should be Neville C, Neville comma C dot within bracket 2010, the complete guide to. Okay, hello, why there's sound? The complete guide to referencing and avoiding plagiarisms. Okay, right? The complete guide. Now this is the writing art. Okay, and then text. Okay, you can say Neville within bracket 2010 argue that. Okay, like that you have to write. Let me show you. You know, you can see. Let us say journal article. Okay, please you try to read and understand. If you are referencing the journal from an online data service which is password accessible, okay, Wilson, comma J dot 1995. Enter the cyber. Okay. Now it say Wilson within bracket and argues that. You know, when you write article refer in your body of your writing, you have to use this art. Okay. That is what I want to tell you. Journal article, website, right? Now you say if you bibliography mean end of the right. Now I will tell you the singular. Now you know students. Shall I read you single? Actually, I don't know. I want you to understand. Now the ඔයා book එකක් use කරලා තියෙනවා නම් research article එකේ ඒක reference එකේ අර යටම මම පෙන්නුවේ. ඒකේ අපිය වෙන්න ඕන මේ විදිහට bibliography විදිහට. text එකේ introduction එකේ අපිය වෙන්න ඕන මේ විදිහට. You understand? දැන් මේ කියනෝනේ Neville කියන එක්කෙනා see complete guide to referencing මෙයාගේ මේ journal paper එක ඒක ටෙක්ස්ට් එකේ අපි යවෙන දැන් Neville 2010 කියලා විතරයි right මේ ඔක්කොම ලියන්නේ නැහැ you understand okay sometimes you know Neville 2000 comma page 76 like that okay and now if you have more than one author Bradbury Boyle Morse එතකොට අපි කියනවා Bradbury comma Boyle and Morse within bracket 2002 right මේ කම්ප්ලීට් එකම තමයි රිෆරන්ස් එකේ ඇපිය වෙන්නේ හැබැයි ටෙක්ස්ට් එකේ කියනකොට ඒක ලම්ප් කරලා කියන්න ඕනේ you understand me so that is the thing now ඔයා e-book එකක් කියනවනම් e-book Sadler P 2000 strategic management online sterling again available from http your kdu library assessed 6th May 2010 දැන් ඔයා e-book එකක් දානවා රිෆරන්ස් එකේ මේ විදිහට තමයි දාන්නේ you have to. But in your body of text, you say Sadler within bracket 2003 argued that blah blah, right? Okay. Then the journal article, right? Journal article. Now you know. Please read. Okay. You referencing. Referencing is a system used in the academic community to indicate where ideas, theories, uh, quotes, facts, and they and any other evidence and information used to undertake an assignment can be found. Okay, right. Why do I need to reference? All the information that you have used in your assignment will need to be acknowledged. It is essential to make a role note all the details of the sources that you use for your assignment are as you go along. Okay. Harvard examples in this guide are based on the guidance in this way. Okay. What do I need to reference? Okay. So Harvard is known as the authentic system. Now you know, in my that journal article, I use the number system. No, now Harvard mean authentic system. Okay, citation in the text of your assignment should be made following the text guideline given in the example on the following pages. Okay, uh, capitals, italics, punctuation. Okay, please you read. So then now you have uh, understood something about your, now for example, now you know in now student you will see when I write actually some research proposal for funding, it is entirely different. Okay, not the one page document. Now I will show you another one page, two-page document, right? You know, effect of modifying the reversed A2O process on removal of nitrogen and phosphorus in municipal wastewater. Introduction to research, objectives, right? Methodology, right? Resource requirement availability, activity plan, right? Everything is be there. Everything must be there. References. Okay, students. So any questions now? We have 8 minutes. ඔයාලා මගෙන් මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නකෝ දැන් සිංහලෙන් හරි. I want you to discuss. Hello. සිංහලෙන් හරි අහන්නකෝ මගෙන් ප්‍රශ්න මොනවා හරි. ඔයාලට ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කතා කරන්න බැරි නම්. Hello. Students. අහන්නකෝ මොනවා හරි. Right. Students. ඔව් සිංහලෙන් අහන්න. දැන් හරිද? Right, right. All right. Please wait. Please wait. Okay. දැන් ඔයාලට පේනවද? Hello. Hello. දැන් පේනවද? Right. දැන් ඔයාලා මගේ මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නකෝ. If you don't know English and then ask me in Sinhala. Research proposal කියන එක තේරුණාද? Hello. Any girls? I can hear they are talking now. Any girls? එයාලා research proposal කියන එකක් ගැන දන්නවද දැන්? Hello. Why we are writing research proposal? A research proposal එකක් ලියන්නේ. කවුරු හරි කියන්න පුළුවන්ද? Hello. Any boy? Yes. කියන්න බලන්න. Speak Sinhala, doesn't matter.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Okay. I will share some of this document to your LMS. Okay, please study. Huh? I don't know whether you have a. I will talk to a head of the department, and make some assessment. Okay, some simple questions or viva. I don't know how that will be done. Any problems? Hello. Hello, students. Okay then. If you don't have any questions, I will stop now, right? But I don't know. You have to do the research project. Do you understand what I mean? Hello, boys. Yes. Hello, students. Hello. Mama Henamad. Okay then. I will stop. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello. Mama Henamad.
Yes, sir, you can.
Yes. Kavija Nayantara. Can you hear me? ඔයාලා කතා කරනකොට එක්කෝ එකක් එනවා නේද? මට ඇහෙනවා. Hello. මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? දැන් ඔයාලා දන්නවද ඔයාලා next semester එකේ project එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා? Hello. Hello. දන්නවද? Hello. Right. Then I will stop then, okay? Thank you very much then, right? Okay.